Hey, it's me again. We're not ready yet. We're not ready for recording. The sun is on my face. I'm trying my best. Hi, it's me again, Nev, and we are today having a cozy vlog. And that means I will be talking about a couple things that I wish someone had told me earlier about streaming and being a streamer, and just some stuff that I had really different expectations about, but also things that would have really helped to hear early on. So after almost 2 years of streaming, I thought it's finally time to say these things out loud, to give back, to sum it all up in case you are just starting your journey, or in case someone just hasn't told you yet, no matter how long, you are already in the game. I look a bit puffy today, but that's okay because you won't really be seeing me or the boy. You will be seeing some Animal Crossing gameplay, and I hope that you will enjoy that in the background. See you. When I started streaming, I had no idea how Twitch works. I had never heard of Twitch before, and basically within my first 2 weeks on Twitch, I found out what streaming is, and I decided that it's for me and that it looks like it's super fun and that I really want to do it. I already had a webcam. I just used the headset, including the mic that was on it that I had at the time, and while they weren't really high quality, they were good enough to start. You don't need super expensive equipment to start streaming. You don't even need a webcam. But there are, among this, a lot of things I wish someone had told me back in the day when I had just started streaming. And I collected the 10 things that are the most important in that regard to me that I wish someone had told me. And so I decided that I want to share those with you today. Number 1, your vibes are okay. There are a lot of different types of vibes out there, and by that I mean the vibes that the streamer is giving off, aka the vibes that are present in the stream. That can be the streamer, that can be the game, that can be what topic is being talked about, but also the community and how chat is acting. Possible different types of vibes are, for example, loud, chaotic, and positive, loud and angry, comfy, cozy, relaxed, and maybe very soft, family friendly, very thirsty, and maybe a lot of sexual innuendos, or, a mix of the above. I, for example, am a very cozy and relaxed streamer. My stream is not family friendly. We make a lot of thirsty jokes. It's very chaotic, but it always stays comfy at the end of the day. Number 2, you are not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and that is okay. You are not going to be everyone's favorite streamer. Not everyone who comes across you is going to like you. It's just like real life, and it's honestly for the best as a streamer, because you don't want everyone to watch your stream. There are really awful viewers out there, and maybe you want to avoid those. And some people are just not in the same wavelength with you, and also you should be comfortable in your own stream. So you want only the people around that make you feel comfortable. That means be yourself, have your own vibes, and by that, you are going to attract your group of people by being yourself. There are a lot of people out there that throughout their entire life always felt like they never belonged anywhere, and then they go and they start streaming and they're being themselves, and through that they finally find the group of people where they feel like they belong, and they made that group of people, they cultivated that community by themselves, which is incredible. It's amazing that you can do that through streaming, but that will only work out if you stay true to yourself. Another thing that is very important to mention here, you are only going to be comfortable long-term as a streamer if you put up clear rules and boundaries of what's okay and what's not okay in your stream. That means there are going to be jokes that you don't like. Maybe there are things that are triggering for you. Maybe there are topics that you don't want to talk about. Some streamers, for example, really like talking about politics. Some other streamers don't like talking about politics. And some people are okay with poking fun at each other and roasting each other, and others really are not. And it's very important that you early on find out what you think is okay, what kind of behavior is okay for you to show towards your viewers, but also and especially what's okay for your viewers to do towards you and what's not. There's a little tip I want to give. At this point. Don't talk down on yourself on stream. I know that a lot of people cope with humor. A lot of people make a lot of self-deprecating jokes, but not only is that bad for your mental health, but others might adopt that behavior. And you don't want to be a streamer that talks down on themselves for other people's fun, for your viewers to then start doing the same thing. And eventually, if you do that, you will end up creating a stream where people come in to bully you. And that is not a nice feeling. We all know that. So, just be kind to yourself, be kind to your viewers, and you will get that kindness back real quick. Number 3, you can learn from other streamers, but don't copy anyone exactly. Remember, you want to stay true to yourself. Things that you can really, really well learn from other streamers are especially things like how much do you want to read chat while you're streaming? How quickly do you want to react to things said in chat? How much attention does chat get versus whatever you're doing? For example, is the game that you're playing very combat heavy and demands a lot of attention? Or is it a very relaxed game where you can easily read chat while you're playing it? Same goes for any other things like crafting, singing, and so on, whatever you're doing on stream. You can also learn some nice add-ons to streams like pretty layout ideas. You can maybe find funny channel point redemptions in other streams. You can be inspired by other people's community names. This is a thing you might not know, but a lot of streamers have a name for their community, just what they call their community, but you don't need to have one. It took me forever to find one for my community, almost 2 years, and that's all right. Another cool thing that you can get inspired by are raid messages, for example. Those are things, short messages that everyone from your stream is going to put into someone else's chat after you ended your stream and raided someone. It's also very recommended to always raid someone after your stream. But honestly, if you don't have the mental energy for that, you don't have to do it. It's just, something nice to do for you and your community and for the person that you're rating. But again, it's a can do, but it's not a must do. Something else that you can learn from other streamers are funny and or useful commands. A lot of commands are very funny and used to entertain chat, but there are a lot of commands that can be very useful stuff. For example, like often asked questions can be easily answered with that. But also, for example, if you want to offer mental health resources or, stuff like that. Another thing that you will probably find in a lot of streams are personal shoutouts for streamer friends of yours. So as a streamer, the longer you stream, you will probably at some point connect with some other streamers that you get to talk to, that you maybe find by rating them and so on. And if you make friends, you might want to shout them out whenever they pop into your stream, to recommend your community to go follow them or to check them out. And having personal shout outs for your streamer friends can be a nice touch that is a little bit extra special instead of the regular shout outs that everyone can get. In total, about this point, I want to say
this is about inspiration, being inspired. You always still have to give things your own twist. And if you do want to directly copy something, like a command or something, ask for permission. Unless you find out that a certain command is just something that everyone uses, then no one invented that wheel and it's perfectly fine for you to use it in your stream as well. Number 4, charities are so much fun. And I wish someone had told me that before. They also don't really take away from your revenue at all. A lot of people think if they're raising money for a good cause, that money could have gone to them, or that they're missing out on money that they could be earning. And that is usually not the case. A lot of viewers are going to give money to charities that they wouldn't otherwise have given to you. A lot of people are willing to donate maybe $20 or $50. Some people even donate $100 or more. And from experience, I can say that it doesn't happen very often that someone pops into your stream and is like, hey, I want to throw $100 at this streamer, unless you're really big. The thing is, if you do want to do charities, which I highly recommend just trying out if that's a thing you might enjoy, ask other more experienced streamers to help you with stuff like incentives for donations or milestones that might be being hit, how high to set up your charity goal, setting up the charity stuff in the first place, like Tiltify. That means how, like, which charity to go to, how to get the money from your viewers to the charity, all of that. Just ask someone who's already done it and then try it. You might really end up liking it, and other people might find you easier if they're looking specifically for a charity stream. Number 5. It's not really ever too late or too early to try special events. By that, I mean 24-hour streams, 12-hour streams, subathons, co-op streams with other streamers, and so on. But I do recommend planning them ahead, announcing them about 7 days before, and really hyping people up on all of your social media about 3 days in advance, just to make sure that everyone has time to be there, that everyone knows what it's about, and that everyone can get really excited for it. Number 6, make pretty graphics for your stream on canva.com. I'm going to put a link to that site in the description. This is such a lifesaver. It's a very super easy to use and free website with a premium feature that most of you are not going to use or need. So you can use almost everything on the website for free, with great templates that are super useful for beginners as well as advanced skills in graphic design. This is not sponsored at all, but this recommendation, I've gotten that over a year ago. I still use Canva. Almost everyone I know around me who's making really great graphics is using Canva. Even people that already have great Photoshop skills and so on. Just check it out. And if you have any questions, feel free to, ask them in the comments or maybe reach out to me. Number 7, find your style visually and maybe a theme and stick to it in your graphics. That means figure out what your brand is about. The earlier you do that, the earlier you can basically design your entire stream around that theme. And that means, for example, stick to 3 main colors that look nice with each other and that you like. Have maybe reoccurring symbols or even a logo that you can use in all of your graphics, and ideally have 1 or 2 main fonts. If your fonts and your colors are usually the same ones, people are gonna see them and immediately associate them with you at some point. By doing all of this, you are creating what's called a corporate identity, which helps people associate your brand with certain visuals, and that really helps with marketing. Again, if you've got any specific questions, any follow-up questions on that, feel free to ask them below. And if you completely don't have any ideas about which colors to use, for example, you can just Google certain color palettes, or maybe, look around in your room. Maybe there's art that uses certain colors over and over again that you really like. Maybe your clothing style has a certain combination of colors, or maybe your favorite game has certain colors that you would like to reuse. Number 8, you don't need to use a webcam for streaming. When I started streaming, I just happened to already have one and I didn't mind being on camera. But some people get really big without ever using a camera. The thing with that is that you get easier discovered by new viewers if you do have a webcam and if you use it. For that, honestly, it's often very helpful. But I think it is very important to know that you really don't have to have a webcam to be a streamer. Number 9. Speaking of Discoverage, Twitch is really not great for that. So if you're serious about growth and if you really, really, really want to be discovered by more people and you have the time for this, branch out to other platforms. Almost every other platform is better for Discoverage. That could be YouTube, that could be Twitter, that could be Instagram, that could be TikTok, that could even be Tumblr. You can really go on any other platform and you will be easier discovered. Make sure if you do have other social media platforms that you decide before you use them for your stream. If you want to use your private platforms or social media accounts for stream, that has the advantage that your private friends and all that are already following you on there, and you obviously can then easier inform those people when you're going live, for example. But it might be worth thinking about creating social media accounts specifically for your stream, especially if you don't want the people from your real life, your offline life, to be involved with your online life. That is something that a lot of people don't have in mind when connecting your social media with your stream content. A recommendation, or maybe something that you haven't thought about yet, when you're streaming, you can create little clips of funny moments. And when you have those clips, you can download them from the Twitch page. And you can rather easily make little clip compilations of your best moments, your funniest moments, maybe moments that represent your content really well. Cut those together for YouTube and post regularly there. You can also tweet regularly on Twitter, or, always post a selfie or a picture of the game that you're playing, or a picture of your cute pet on Instagram, and talk a little bit about whatever you're passionate about. Number 10 is all about Twitter, basically. And I wish someone had told me that back in the day, because I wasn't using Twitter before I started streaming on Twitch. I just didn't use Twitter. And there are a couple things to know about having a streamer Twitter. Twitter is, for me, the platform where I get discovered the most from. A lot of people find my stream via Twitter. And I wish I had known a couple things about that and how to get there when I started streaming. So, specifically for Twitter, here's number 10. Either delete your going live tweets after the stream is over, or add something to them that makes them worthy of staying on your feed. Obviously, that means that whenever you are going live, you should tweet that on your Twitter. But maybe write a little cute text, maybe something funny. Give it a little twist instead of just saying, I'm going live. And if you have, and if you're comfortable with it, maybe add some photos. That way, that tweet has more value than just the information of you going live. It has some entertainment to it, and thus can, after you are done streaming, stay on your feed. If you just want to announce that you're going live, that is also fine, but make sure that you tweet outside of that as well. Don't only ever put, I'm going live now on twitch.tv, whatever your name is, and that's all of your content on Twitter. Because obviously, people will not discover you based on your going live tweets alone, and they most definitely won't follow you if your entire feed on your Twitter page is just going live tweets. That is not entertaining. So share your thoughts. Be vocal about whatever you're passionate about, maybe within, but also outside of streaming. Are there specific topics that you have an opinion about? Are there experiences that you want to share? Maybe you are the kind of person that really likes uplifting others. Then it is really worthy to tweet every now and then. You know, something like, hey, just a reminder, hydrate, eat some good food. You are loved and you're not alone. Just that can already add so much to your feed. But it really depends on what kind of person you are, what kind of vibes, again, you want to give out. Whatever you're sending out there determines what kind of people are going to be attracted to you and what community you're going to cultivate. So try to send out what you want to have back. You deserve kindness, send out kindness, and you will receive kindness back. Those are the 10 things I wish someone had told me at the beginning of stream. I hope that they helped you.
Welcome back. So yeah, that was that. I hope that it helped you. I hope that it was good to hear some of those. That maybe you found yourself thinking, wow, I really needed to hear that, or I've never thought about that. If I made you think, I've never thought about that, my mission is accomplished. And honestly, make sure that you have fun, especially if you hope to do this long term, but obviously also if you're just streaming as a hobby. You don't want something that you started because it's fun to break you. It's bad for mental health if that happens. I hope that you just enjoyed the video. I hope that you enjoy streaming, and I wish you a really, really good journey.